I'm on it, I'm on it, I'm on the street boy beats. I'm on it, man. I told y'all niggas y'all ain't ready, man. We can't be stopped. On the strip.
Do you think did Kelis think of that like something scary with at night when she fucking around with Bill Murray?
I didn't get to look into that.
Like when she thinks she gotta see his old ass balls and shit, like this about to be a fucking scary movie.
Don't do that.
To catch a white ghost.
Allegedly,
ghost.
they dating, allegedly.
The girl I like is younger than me. I don't want her to look at me like Paul's old ass balls. Why would you say that? Right
But
there?
he got like 79-year-old balls.
But I don't have old balls.
I seen Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx said some
You're
shit.
not old.
He said this chick was she was down there handling business and she was like, you got gray hair down there. He was like, that's when I knew I was old.
Yeah. I got trimmers at the house and shit, you know what I'm saying? And like, they my trimmers and shit. Don't touch my shit. So he's been like, hey, don't use those. Like, don't. Like, that's what you get for going in my room and shit, though. Hey, don't.
Motherfucker said that to me, and I was like, I don't give a fuck. I manscape any motherfucker. Well, that shit ain't gonna be there that long.
You wouldn't watch your son be in there with them same motherfuckers like, girl. You don't. So I'm just telling you, I don't have to take you by. It's my shit. Hey, don't. If I just don't do it. So I think if you're like, he mean, he don't want nobody touching his shit. But when he leaves, watch. Then, nigga, that's on you. I just gave you a warning. Shave my balls with those.
So what's up with
Kelis?
Kelis?
Yeah, I didn't meet.
I don't really know.
I wouldn't.
What I do know is he's been seen at a bunch of her shows. Well, not a bunch. Allegedly seen at a few of her shows and hanging out backstage and stuff like that. I haven't seen no pictures of him like hugging out and chilling and shit. You know what I'm saying? As of yet,
I don't see no flaw or no or whatever, because if she was white, it would just be Bill Murray with you know what I'm saying, some white young chick.
I think it's a score.
Like Lionel Richie. You know what I'm saying? We don't.
You know what I'm saying?
Lionel Richie is 80 years old and his girlfriend, baby mama,
dancing on the ceiling.
You know what I'm saying? She's 21. You know what I'm saying? But both of them black, so we just don't really care because that's expected. You know what I'm saying? Like
he's like a
That's racist.
He's like a white man though.
No, it is. I mean, you can't stop
I
racism.
just said that's racist.
Racism is all over the fucking place. And shit. It's everywhere, so I can't ignore it. You know what I'm saying? Like in Japan, my son lives in Japan. My oldest son lives in Japan, and they really do have cameras everywhere, and they snap pictures of him and shit. They think he's Obama. You know what I'm saying? They think he's Shaquille O'Neal. You know what I'm saying? They think he's all these Will Smith and all that because we look just alike to them because they don't see us.
You Obama?
Like Asians look unless you are Bruce Lee. You know what I'm saying, or a famous Asian. If some random Asian, 50 Asian, and somebody came up and punched you in the face and blended in with the crowd, and they caught a bunch of them and said, which one did it? You'd be like, I don't know, they look alike. We look alike to them motherfuckers. So racism is there. So when I'm in America, don't be mad because you're Japanese with a camera on your neck, and I'm like, you fit the stereotype. So when I see a black person, you black as fucking, you eat watermelon, when they look at you like, aha, you can't say that's racist because we do eat watermelon.
I think Bill Murray that's a come up for him. It ain't bad for Kelis either.
But he's
Bill
funny.
fucking Murray. He's funny as hell.
Funny niggas get bitches.
He's funny. He nigga with the jokes, dude. You make a woman laugh, you do get it.
Jerry Lewis was fucking young bitches because he's funny.
Yeah. All the way till it was over.
Yeah. And they love him in France.
Oh, girl came up. That's a straight.
She came up.
Yeah.
She didn't really add nothing. She tours still. She still tours.
But don't think that Bill Murray.
She got a farm. She got some shit popping. She a chef too.
But don't think because Bill Murray is like, you know what I'm saying, like got money, he's already established that he's going to share. Because with you know what I'm saying?
I would share in the fun. I ain't about to be like, hey, baby,
they got
$1 million,
Bill Murray
but I
like,
spend $1 million on you.
Sign here. Initial here, or that's prenup. You know what I'm saying? He's not a dumbass and shit.
They're not gonna get mad.
She can only come up off of his name. You know what I'm saying?
This is allegedly too.
I could see even if they just hanging out, even as just friends. I could see them just hanging out. Him being funny because that motherfucker. You ever watch Caddyshack?
Which Bill Murray is in your head? right here, the Bill Murray from. His hair still dark, or you think?
No, his hair is white.
Yeah, the Bill Murray now.
But he's still witty though.
Because he's different, probably behind closed doors and shit. I haven't seen an interview
He smoked weed
to say, "Hey, you're still funny," because he could be that grumpy old motherfucker. Like, get your goddamn shit out my yard. You're not getting your football back, pal. You know what I'm saying? He could be that person.
But his yard is huge.
And it don't matter. I know a bunch of motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Tony Blaylock, your yard is fucking huge.
Bill Murray's
he don't want no kids in his yard.
Blaylock.
Your frisbee, he got like 9 frisbees in his yard, 3 footballs, a basketball, shit. It don't belong to him. It's the shit that the kid. You ain't getting that shit back.
I used to do that when I had a big backyard, dude. And I used to make the kids wait before I gave them that shit back, just being
grumpy old dude.
Now I just be like, nah, get your ass out of here. They, Sean, Mitchell, Sean.
Them is the people now that are shooting people through the door. If you look at them, they're the old grumpy style. Like
our house used to be like the neighborhood, the house in the middle of the neighborhood. All the kids.
How do I know you're the mailman?
So I'd be like, no, y'all can't have it. Y'all gotta wait. Dogs out there.
Bitch, you looking at me through the peephole. You know what I'm saying? That's the shooter right there.
Well, I say if they are kicking it and they have anything going down,
It's a flame.
Congratulations, Bill Murray. Congratulations, Kelis, because that motherfucker is hilarious. I know he's hilarious for no reason.
She jacked him off 17 times and he
Yeah,
with so easy right there. Yeah.
Allegedly with ointment.
It don't matter. He old as fuck.
Like you're making that
breathing his dick and it's just over and shit. That's a
moisture noise.
Because everywhere we go,
about 5 years older than you, bro.
Man, don't
Bill
do
Murray.
that to me.
you passed on the part in Spies Like That.
So you gonna throw me under the bus to defend Bill Murray, and you don't even know him? I don't know what you're talking about now. The people that you know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna be there for you and shit. He ain't gonna wipe my ass for me. Look at him right there. That's what I mean right there. He put a motherfucker before me.
He might be 10 years older than you,
No,
motherfucker.
he's not.
Spies Like
You know how old I was when he was doing the motherfucking, what's that shit, you know what I'm saying? To the left, right,
Spies Like That.
Yeah, you know,
What was it called?
No, it wasn't
Stripes. That was my
You know
shit.
what
I
I'm
watched that
saying?
every time.
I was little watching that, like, sitting in there and style eating popcorn, like, he's not
John Candy,
He's a
Dan
complete
Aykroyd,
grown ass man. Like, he was all the way grown and shit. He had like kids
Might
that
have
was
been
12.
about 21.
No, he had kids my age.
He's he's supposed to be like the number one. What's up, little bro? It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Show him professional.
He's like to be the number one. Come around here. The number one. It's that on the Mickey Mouse, the circle one on the Mickey Mouse thing. He's like the supposedly like the number one Saturday Night Live member that's been on Saturday Night Live. He's supposed to be like supposedly by them the best one that ever been on there.
And I think it was Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, I think that too. But I just was reading it and looking through some of this stuff through the week, and I was like, from whose perspective? Because Eddie Murphy blew on that, but he blew as well. He was already blowing when Eddie got there, so you know what I mean, like him.
Yeah, because he was there before Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, him, Dan Aykroyd, him, Steve Martin. Steve Martin is one of my favorites. You know, them niggas was funny.
They're white boy funny.
But that was the funny you had before Eddie Murphy.
And before Def Comedy Jams. Def Comedy Jams did the same kind of thing Saturday Night Live did. Because you was on Saturday Night Live, there was like an 89% chance you was going to be like multi-famous.
Yeah.
They could produce so many stars.
That's what I told motherfuckers. I was like, I said when we were growing up,
Push that mic on, boy.
the comedy we had.
Nah.
The comedy we had was different coming up, and then when we was pretty much almost grown, if not grown, to a point when Def Jam came out. Like we was in high school, you know what I'm saying? But you grew up on Red Skelton, Benny Hill.
Benny Hill got no credit.
Benny Hill was funny, hilarious.
Benny Hill was only talking about it like you was a nasty motherfucker. You stayed.
That was when you thought you
stayed up.
said you was nasty too. Watching
Stayed up.
He was
after the
nasty.
karate.
Benny Hill was the last thing you seen before the TV said. You know what I'm saying? So you was a nasty little motherfucker and shit. So Benny Hill was nasty. In the daytime, nobody talks about Benny Hill on TV. He didn't get his credit.
TV don't go on.
Alright.
But what about we'll give a big shout out to the Iron Sheik passing this week.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. The Iron Sheik.
Rest
You ever
in
been put in
peace,
camel clutch by your brother?
No.
Me neither.
We all did.
Ain't no chemical.
Me neither.
You didn't do that?
No, he wasn't
We
good
did
at
the
it.
figure four and everything. It was always somebody, even at Kent Elementary School, like in gym and stuff like that. It was always be some little kid tapping out. I said stop. I said like we did this shit. We did the suplexes and that shit. It really fucking worked. And
We
you
used
have
to
to
wrestle
jump a little
shit.
bit.
We used to do karate and shit, and he would kick hard, and then we like, damn, you kicking too hard. Then he'd quit like I quit.
Who was the Iron Sheik? You got
Iron Sheik.
Iron Sheik was the one running.
Iron Sheik from wrestling, WWE,
When it was F.
WWF, AWA. He was in all across.
This is the guy that Hulk Hogan took the like Hulk Hogan. You didn't give a fuck about Hulk Hogan back then. You know what I'm saying? Like this is where Flair was really like, who yeah, you know what I'm saying? Electrified. You know what I'm saying? That's when everybody was like kind of like
Flair's still the man.
You know what I'm saying? So you had Bob Backlund. He had the you know what I'm saying the
Bob
championship
Backlund
belt.
was- no,
You know
that
what
was
I'm
the
saying?
wrestler.
But
What you talking about?
his finishing move was the
Musical
sunset flip, and then he would just lean back, and they would say, well, "Okay, that was so fucking boring and shit." You know, what I'm saying? And he was built funny like a dwarf or some shit. I hated Bob Backlund. You know what I'm saying? Then the Iron Sheik was the bad guy. He had the pointy, like curled up shoes like Aladdin. You know what I'm saying? You know, he was bald. You know
What
what I'm
was
saying?
his
Bald
partner's
head.
name? Nikolai
Nikolai
Volkov.
Volkov.
He was from
How
Russia.
you have a? That's crazy. That's crazy.
So the Iron Sheik beat, you know what I'm saying?
Crossing all genders.
Bob Backlund, you know what I'm saying? And then Hulk Hogan is coming up, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, he been, bad guys before and shit, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But when he beat Iron Sheik, that's when it started that WrestleMania thing. And,
WrestleMania was what they just had. WrestleMania 40.
I know some of the characters now, but I
I
don't
don't
know.
really. I check them out, but I ain't on them because they still be bringing back the old dudes to get ratings up and shit.
Oh, they
Like,
wrong.
still-
They so wrong. You know the old bitches way back, you know what I'm saying? Way
The women?
back. They the old, and then when they show them in wrestling gear, they in black and white and shit. But now in the 2000 era, you know what I'm saying? They're like 89 and shit. And you know what I'm saying? And then they'll come in here and shit, and they'll be all looking right, and they get still choke slammed. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, motherfucker, they still, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, she's still 80 fucking 9.
They do that to the dudes,
You know what I'm saying?
too.
Like, what the fuck? And
Cause you see,
and they was models back then, but now you just old.
but not before that though. When they go from
I'm trying to think one of
I was
them.
watching the it was an
The Great
A&E or Vice channel got the Great Moolah. Yup, they
Great
did her
Moolah.
show. They
She
did
was
the,
choke slammed.
her own story about her origin shit and all that. They've been doing all the shit about the
She was
original
an
wrestler.
elder. She
Yeah.
got choked. It took her 45 minutes to walk to the goddamn stage. She was choked, fucking
And
slammed.
it talks a bunch about her being in
She
charge.
was power bombed. Like, why do you do this, Vince
Oh,
McMahon? You know what I'm saying? Vince McMahon said, okay, that looks like it'll be
Fun
safe.
fact: Vince McMahon is the richest athlete in the world.
Yeah, because he participates
I don't
in
do that.
and he will make a fool out of
Vince
himself.
McMahon is.
Him and Donald Trump had a feud, and the loser would get their hair cut bald, and Donald Trump was in there fighting and shit and all kind of
I
shit.
remember that.
And
I
then,
remember that.
he had to cut, Vince McMahon came out with his hair bald and shit, and he was
I
ashamed
remember
of
that.
this shit.
Another fun fact: The Rock is trying to cop the shit, the AWA or whatever, the Wrestling Federation.
I'm trying to buy it.
He ain't got enough money.
I mean, he gonna get buyers, and
That's my help.
he probably gonna buy into
Like
it.
when
but
you
I don't
got
know.
the Vince McMahon ain't already got like these wrestlers are getting paid multi-million-dollar deals. Like this wrestler getting money, so you got to pay all these $1 million wrestlers and shit, and you still big boss.
He's a billionaire.
Yeah,
He's a billionaire. I forgot how many it is. But
Man,
Vince
Vince
McMahon.
McMahon,
He's a well over billionaire.
and
that's
he
what-
actually literally gets in like real fights with these motherfucking athletes on the bus and planes and shit. You don't agree and shit. Motherfucker, let me tell you something. And y'all
He
actually,
big as hell. He
yeah,
ain't
you
no small
actually
He's
fight.
huge still. Like he take that shirt off his own.
Sometimes he'll beat you up.
His son built like silly putty, and he big a little bit too. But
Sometimes
Yeah, like
as wrestlers, if he win or lose, you know what I'm saying, he'll just cut you out the contract. Sometimes he'll win or lose you. Like The Rock Stone Cold just really literally beat your ass on a bus and shit, and then you later on up his contract. Not because you scared of him and shit, because you like, that's the intensity that I want to see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
he'll shelf your ass like a record label, all that shit. Like you ain't allowed to do this.
I like him.
It's a lot of history that shit I seen on that. And if you ever watch The Rock's TV show, I'll be telling the story of his life. It tell a lot
Like
of
a young
back behind
Sheldon.
the scenes shit too. Yeah, about who was who for real, and they another fun fact. about sports. I don't know. You know, before we speak about the Nuggets, black people started hockey.
Yeah, I heard that.
Really?
I heard.
In Canada.
What?
It used to be, you know, it was, a lot of blacks was in Canada. That's how you see it's a lot of Jamaicans and all that shit in Canada and shit. So I don't know what year it was, it 1800s. It was, they had a city called African Town. And in African Town is a city called Viscosia. I don't know if it's another town or in that or whatever. It's called Viscosia. And if you don't know, because it's like the shit has been erased, they're not speaking on it, they don't speak about the blacks from it, but it's pictures and everything. We might have to start just posting that shit too, showing the world, because, but also, they hushed it up, but that city is known for producing mad hockey players, good hockey players and shit like that. The city of blacks.
Yeah.
But Scotia, the city itself, guess who's from there? The Rock's dad,
Wow.
Rocky Johnson.
Wow.
Woo! Woo! I mean, that shit was just, it was flabbergasting to me, like in the way of speaking on knowledge, like, damn, word, damn. Cause like how shit tie in to shit from here and there, like, you know, he's an athlete, his dad was an athlete, but damn, that far he could from somewhere that produces great athletes.
He used to wrestle too, didn't he?
Yeah, he was him and Tony Ellis was tag team champion.
I remember Tony Adams was
I
built.
remember Tom.
Yeah,
He was big too.
Yeah.
His dad was
That's back when you couldn't be a heavyweight champion and black. You could do that at the same time right there.
Remember Tony Atlas looked like he had a comp, like his hair was curled, but he had good hair or something,
Yeah,
like his shit was
yeah.
curled over. And he used to get into it, it'd come up like he did a little bit.
Like Paul Lorndorf. Y'all remember Paul Lorndorf?
Yeah, Paul
Lorndorf.
Lorndorf. His arms got skinny, they was still like this, but
Hey, he is so old now and little and tiny.
his
like,
arms little as fuck. He still got the vein, but his arms is little as
He
fuck.
about 5 years older than you, bro.
Who? Paul Lorndorf?
Yeah.
I mean, you stop it, man. Just stop it. I remember little. Sitting on the remote, so can't nobody take it. Because it's my turn to watch TV. I watch Dallas
I
and all
used to
that
hate
bullshit.
Paul
So,
Orndorff.
so I'm watching the TV and shit right there. And Paul, I remember we had underoos. You know what I'm saying? He was a grown ass adult. You know what I'm saying? He had muscles already and shit.
Hey, Underoos?
Yeah, okay. The
I
Spider
never had a
Man.
pair of underoos.
Hey, speaking of underoos.
The underwear looked.
Remember the tiny
Oh,
whiteys?
yeah.
But it had Spider Man and shit or
Yeah, it was
whatever.
like tidy whitey, tidy with the color.
Today's Father's Day.
Spider-Man, Hawk and shit.
You know.
Yeah.
My oldest daughter got her brother something, and she was showing me what she got her. You know what I'm saying? So she got him some of them little tiny little shorts the dudes is wearing now, and then she got him some boxer briefs. But he looked at it so far. I said, "To make him wear them, because they the you know, Magic Mike shit right there." She did very. She said, "Oh no!" I said, "You know what? Tim probably won't even give a fuck. Tim will probably pull the motherfuckers down and take a shit like with them at his ankle and shit." So I'm like, I made it tight
Magic
motherfucker.
Mike. What the fuck is that?
The dancing movie.
The
You
dancing
ain't never seen the
stripper
Magic
movie.
Mike movie?
Nah.
Ah.
Hey, fun fact. Fun fact.
I didn't watch.
Me and Antonio Blaylock, you just asked me about him right here. Somebody asked Antonio to be a stripper, you know what I'm saying, at their bachelorette party. So so he's like, okay. He said, "Paul, you should do this with me." I said, "I don't know how to do that shit right there." I said, "Plus I'm like showing my legs." He said, "Come on, man," you know what I'm saying? No lie. He went to motherfucker, what's that one nasty shit, it's gonna come up right there. But he went to that place to, you know what I'm saying, when you buy costumes and shit and dildos or whatever the fuck it is. At the
Priscilla's?
bar. No, you know, Lions Den. You know, the Lions Den, he got, okay, this is his get up, no lie, I swear on everything. He got cowboy boots. Now, you know, if you know Mook, he got cowboy boots, you know what I'm saying? So he got cowboy boots. You know, I lie and say they had stirrups on them, but they didn't and shit. Right here. So he had a cowboy hat on and shit. He had some gloves on and shit. And then, I don't know why, but he showed me this, you know, it was a giraffe thong. He's like, "Hey." I said, that don't go with the outfit. Like, what the fuck a giraffe got to do with a cowboy and shit? But he didn't care. You know what I'm saying? So he had a big dude with him, and he just wanted to go, and he brought him like that's gonna be his bodyguard to get some of them old bitches off of him and shit right here. You know, so he does do his shit. I was supposed to do it with him. So I'm like, hold on, I don't know how to do the moves. So I was watching Magic Mike, you know what I'm saying? And then when I'm done, I got to do something, push pause. So when I come home from work, you know what I'm saying? It's Magic Mike on pause because I'm still in some of their movies and shit right here. And I'm like, I'm a grown ass man. Ain't no way in the world I'm gonna be sitting up there with a giraffe thong going, this is cowboy boots. This motherfucker had a water gun and it was see-through, and when you squirt it, it was like baby oil and glitter came out. So he's like thinking of a dance name, a stripper name and shit. I said, sweet and sour. That's what you should call yourself. Sweet pow, you know, and that's like real shit. You know, but that's his shit.
You know, I was watching.
But the draws they had on, that's what she got her brother.
I was watching something on YouTube.
He better not sag.
The nigga that lift the weights, the big nigga. I think
Cali Muscle.
Yeah, he was like, he used to sell drugs. He stopped selling drugs. He started being he started doing something. He was like, then I tried stripping. So I made money at that. I was like, hell no. I tried to send it to you like I know Sean be pissed off.
I think I've seen it. I think because you know, before he got to doing this shit the way he do it now.
Look at this pretty nigga though. Actually.
Yeah, and he's supposed to be at work.
Like if anybody know him, I can actually convince other people that he used to strip when he was in his 20s. He looked like a retired ex-stripper.
Who?
You.
His fly.
You look like you used to strip and you like when you was 19.
But no, Cali Muscle, he used to do his origin stories and shit too.
Who?
Cali Muscle. He used to, when in the beginning, before he started getting fly and got him some whips and shit like that, he used to be on there talking about his jail times and shit that he did coming up in the old videos.
I actually watched this nigga when he pulled up and he started to carry the stuff we need in before he touched anything.
You just told us that, bro.
On live. That was on live. On live. And I'm getting this out now. You know what I'm saying? Before he touched the box, he licked his lips and stroked his beard. Then he picked up the box. I think, pretty boy, yeah, I can see you stripping. You got secrets. I know it's ex-stripper when I say ex-stripper.
It will be a secret because he don't want me to know about that job.
Yeah, I know
a stripper lover.
I know entertainers.
I might have to go with that, but
I know entertainers. When I see entertainers, you're an entertainer. My mom used to fuck the drummer off the Kool in the game, so I know a bunch of famous people.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm not
How
sure.
was that when Mr. What's his name came to town? I think I can stay in y'all room. Now y'all know, I forgot his name too. I know his name. Y'all know he's here this weekend. they got a show.
Oh shit.
It's Juneteenth tomorrow.
Hey, there's a lot of people that's a paid holiday and shit, and some
Yeah.
people it's not.
Yeah, that's true. And big shout out for Juneteenth this weekend.
No doubt, no doubt.
I want to say that because I've heard more about Pride than I heard about Juneteenth.
That's real talk.
More about Black music awareness. More about.
I can confirm that because a lot of little kids. Why you ain't gonna do the Juneteenth? What's that? Like you don't know what the fuck that means, that is, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't even know.
But they know what
They know
pride
about
and
it.
they're not telling
They
what
know
it
what
is.
Pride is, and I think it's a mix up in that because I think it's a mix up because they trying to fuck shit up.
No, it ain't no
Changing
change.
agendas. Shit.
You know they.
When a
Like-
kid can choose to change their private, but they
Right.
can't drink and smoke.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right. I ain't even thought about. See, you were shining light on us up in here. You can kids can't drink or smoke, but they want you to be at school talking about if you identify as
But
a
some
girl
kids,
or a boy.
some kids that grow up and we don't know their walk. You know what I'm saying? They almost at the point of suicide because when they're at home, there's certain things that they do, and then when their dad is mad, like put your goddamn hands off your hip. You know what I'm saying? Then you go to school and you get tormented. Sometimes like you want to just die. You know what I'm saying? Like can I be identified for what I really am?
But-
you know what I'm saying? You think
Fuck outta here,
an
man.
8-year-old ain't thinking about no dick or nothing shit like that if he's gay. You know what I'm saying? It's just your mannerism. You fanning yourself like this.
But I think- I
you
don't
wanna
think-
double dutch and shit.
I don't think it should be put in like this week.
Because the Gay Pride Fest is not for gay people, you know what I'm saying?
It's
It's for
for
like,
pride.
if you got a daughter who's gay, I'm here to support my
for
daughter
support
because she's
and all
gay.
that, yeah,
I got
I
an
understand.
uncle that's gay. I got an aunt that's gay. So I'm here to support them. And then you got people whose moms is gay. That's who they're there to support them. So
but
that's
ain't
what
they
Gay
walking
Pride is
around
for.
with their titties out? And
Yeah, either you can ignore it or not, because they ain't no different than the Confest. You know, it's Confest, everybody there to smoke weed, but you see titties every fucking where. out.
But why?
That's different. That's different.
But it's like
Titties is out. You just changed the name of the event, and then now Titties is different. Even if the dude, listen, I done seen. I'm 51 years old. I done seen it all. So you know what I'm saying. I've seen it on TV in real life and shit. You're a drag queen. I can see it right there. You know what I'm saying. Your hands are larger than mine and shit. You wear a size, you know what I'm saying, a 13 shoe, motherfucker. You are a grown man. I seen it. You're, you know what I'm saying.
But also with it being Pride, though,
So I don't have to be
they have been picking it down at the city council and shit like that about trying to let it in schools about kids, basically cohort showing them how to be. And I don't think that should be in the schools like that because
I think
it shouldn't be in the school at all. I think that's just that's some shit. That's some private shit. That's some at home shit or something. The school, they should be at school be like, well, if you feel, I don't think the teacher is the motherfucker that can tell a kid if they feel like they're a girl on the inside.
But the school system is, you know what I'm saying, everything get thrown in the school system, everything. So you got to be responsible for everybody's goddamn motherfucker. You got to worry about bullying. I'm supposed to be here to teach your children, but no, I got to worry about school shooters, bullying, and all that shit with the popular motherfuckers is and shit. I got to worry about all this motherfucking shit that y'all should be, you know what I'm saying, worried about. So when it comes to gays, all of this shit that's in the schools about gays, it's not for the straight people. You know what I'm saying? If you that timid little girl, boy, you know what I'm saying, whatever, or you that like I'll beat everybody up, little girl and shit, that's what it's for you to be comfortable just being
that ain't
you.
What it, that ain't like
because
that ain't
the
what
80s got you beat on for being gay, so you had to hide it and hide it and hide it. So it's like, okay,
It
that's
should go back to the 80s.
that's a torture for the
The
child.
old gays back in the 80s and 90s, they way tougher than these gays.
Yes.
Yeah, because they had to be. You had
they
to
was
fight.
tough.
You had to fight back to show a motherfucker, look, just because I'm gay, I will still beat your ass. And everybody know somebody that's gay that will beat your motherfucking ass.
But
So
I
you know
think
they gay, so you don't care.
They did, but it was more. It seemed more respectable. It's like now.
And now.
It's
It's
just
okay.
like, and it's
That
like
hate
now
bill.
you gotta be louder. Now I don't mind nobody being, you know,
It's the hate bill that did
the
this.
flamboyant. They bringing out the flamboyancy.
Yeah.
Why?
You got
like,
flamboyant straight people, so why would you got flamboyant gay people?
it just be seeming to me, I guess, because I'm
Old school.
old school.
Oh, yeah.
Basically. I'm
Because
old school
this-
about it.
I don't
Like a
care
motherfucker.
about you being gay.
Yeah, I don't care about
Wait till you're 18. Can't no
Yeah,
no
to
kid
change
say
something.
you gay. You
Yeah.
ain't had no pussy.
Because you can't
So I know
drink.
you gay.
Right.
You can't drink
That's
until
your
you're
mama
21.
game.
You can't drive until you're a certain age. So you shouldn't be able to make those type of decisions until you are a certain age. You can't be 8 and make that fuck. Well, if you was like, okay, I was wrong. I grew up with a house full of girls. Now I got uncles around me that are more, and I got my pieces taken off and shit. And now, like, I want to play football now. I want to fuck
Yeah.
that girl by the time you're 11. You know what I'm saying? But it's too late, so don't do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what they were talking about. Having it was a little girl standing there, looked just like the boy you was talking about from Mike Myers movie that played in the Will Smith movie. It was a little girl standing there, looked just like that, talk about what she felt. I'm like, they can't have no problem. Their mind is still developing. You know, you can push somebody in a direction and push them into that direction. I know. Listen to this. Just because I know somebody that got a son, right? She liked girls. She didn't grow up liking girls at first, but she might have. Who knows?
And was hiding.
Who knows? I don't know. But I just know she had hella dicks, right? But she has a son that she's growing up, and she got a stud female in her life. So you already know how the stud females try to take on those positions and be like, this my son, try to be the male in the life, but you fall short because you're not a male.
That's fine.
But if she's the closest thing to a
Hold
male
on,
figure,
though.
because if dad ain't there, that girl may
Hold
not have
on
no
though.
brothers.
Hold on though. But with that being said, they're letting him feel like he a girl.
Yeah, that's
And you know what?
the crazy part.
And I'm gonna tell the truth right here. You know what I'm saying? In New York, I just let him know about this like 2 days ago because, or whatever the, you know what I'm saying, the last game in the NBA Finals was. You know, it was a bet and it was with a stud girl. You know what I'm saying? But this whole time I owe that nigga some money. When you see him, it's a girl, but it's so much. There is no likeness of girl in this person. So you will say he. You know what I'm saying? Because you've been that way your whole fucking life. You know what I'm saying? There are people that I've seen, and I can see you're 6. I've never been wrong. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be one of them. You know what I'm saying? You know, you fag. I ain't gay. You know what I'm saying? I'll be over there like,
But this
I've
is
never been wrong.
mom done had multiple gay girlfriends, and then she got one that's like the girlfriend dad
some
type
people are
shit
bi,
because his
too.
father ain't there, and they are letting him think like braiding his hair, putting pink shit in his hair, like it's like they giving him gay.
Entertaining.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they giving him homosexual.
This what you mean. You're submitting. Like if I had a gay son, and I know you're gay, every time, hey, get your goddamn hand off your head. I can bully you into it all day long, but you gonna still be you. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying. When I accept, ain't no changing what you about to be. I'm not like.
But he don't know.
Like my oldest son was a nerd. Fuck football and boxing that I was putting you in. Now we're going to coast. I'm gonna be a nerd with you. So if I got a gay son, okay, I know what y'all. I assume that y'all want. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if I keep seeing you looking at that, like, boy, you want that? Okay, I'm gonna have to embrace that's what it is.
I would understand.
I'm gonna show you an easy way to get over the homophobic thing right here. Where
I'm not
really,
homophobic.
No, I'm talking when it really don't care. When you really don't. I see shit, you know what I'm saying? And I can comment on it. I know strong gay dudes that's like, it's nonchalant. I'm like, hey, she's gonna put that half shirt on with them shorts on right there. They tight as hell and shit right here. And you got a flat ass and shit. You just think you popping, don't you, George? You know what I'm saying? And they'll laugh and whatever because they strong enough, you know, I don't need no harm.
You would watch a man get dressed?
No, in the shop.
I'm just saying.
We got everybody
telling him about his ass.
We got everybody that comes through the shop. I'm comfortable enough to let a dude know that when he comes in with the half shirt and the tight shorts and all that shit right there, like that's unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? I'll let you know this, but it's not homophobic. Like this, like
comment on his ass.
This how you squash homophobic right here. Okay, I don't care if you see a gay guy or whatever. If you're worried about who he laying dick to or who dicking him down, like why is that your concern? When you take that out of the, you know what I'm saying, the conversation, it's just a person and that's what his personality is. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Let me say this. The crazy part, I was just in penitentiary, 17 and 19. These cats, these young cats, it's crazy. They call it bitten. They get niggas at their thing, but they say they ain't gay because they ain't doing it. I'm looking at these cats like, y'all lost.
Before we pay the sponsor, let's just pay the bills. I remember me and Playboy was working out on the yard when we was locked up, and we hear a nigga over there talking about him and his homeboy, because it ain't a group of them hanging out with each other talking about, nigga, but he was like, nigga, I did this, man, I did that. The nigga like, they slapping five. And we look at each other like, the fuck did he? Nigga, man, I work out over.
I mean, everything like stud women that came in the shop, like over stud, you know what I'm saying? You just walk into the shop and you talking on the phone, like, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I wish a motherfucker would. I'll interrupt, like, hey, Barbara, you ain't gotta be that. Like, you don't have to be that tough. Like, you're
I don't be thinking of hit him with no shit like that. That's my new shit too.
I'm not homophobic, but I can joke with you like that.
Because I said it's this chick next door, and she got a stud daughter, right? And she been fucked up all week. But I think yesterday she come like, man, you know what I'm saying? I got a little name. They know me a little bit down there, because I whoop the bitch ass or something. And I was like, word, well, go on away with that. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, you're not gonna be more dudish with me than you are.
There's gay dudes that come in the shop and they be talking to each other and shit, whatever. And I mean, look, or they be talking to me and stuff right here and all this right here. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I get the long neck from. I know you gay to that long ass neck. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, stop doing that long neck shit. Just talk, have a conversation. You ain't got to do
long neck shit.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't.
You just did.
I got that's what it looked like, the long neck shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why women do this. So the gay guys, they will, you know what I'm saying, mimic what they see the women do. Well, that is a pet peeve of mine. Don't clap your hand like a black ugly ass seal. Like I said, don't do that. Don't. And then all of a sudden that pisses me off. I used to flick my daughter in the back of their ear when they repeated some shit they seen out there.
So clap for the.
That's a hood rap thing to do. And yeah, that pisses me off because I gotta taste with some ingredients. I want something different. I mean, some chicken from Muffin's Kitchen when they know ingredients, mince and lettuce, and I want a brisk. I like my cornbread. This. Pick up the phone, come get this. They got the biggest sandwiches. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Is that macaroni and cheese? Yup. Is that macaroni and cheese? Yup. Is that macaroni and cheese? Yup.
Muffin's Kitchen, holler at us. We got you. 614-556-2174. Life should be relaxing, but it's not. Sometimes you have to create your own enjoyment with many different creme velour flavors, such as Berry Beautiful, Lemon Haze, and Peach. Relax, kick your feet up, and enjoy the taste. Creme velour, Drake, Imperial Grape.
I'm on it, on it, I'm on it, on it, I'm on the street boy beats. I'm on it, on it. Man, I told y'all niggas y'all ain't ready, man. We can't be stopped. On the strip.